lot of beekeepers will ask, well, I need to move my bees. How do I move them? And I have to say, well, how far do you want to move them? Well, they're under the tree by the swing set. I need to move them over about 30 feet. The old adage among beekeepers is you move them 3 feet every day or 3 miles. It's difficult to move hives 100 yards and not have a problem for several days. The reason is that bees orient to their location by where they live, by memory. They fly out, look around, see where they are, come back to their hive, and just like a child leaving his house the first couple of years, they always come back and know where they are by memory. If you move their hive 100 yards down the road, they're going to come back to the same location just out of memory. If you moved 2 blocks over and 3 blocks down, you would still drive back to the old location for a couple of weeks because that's habit for you. So if you want to move bees 100 feet, you need to move them about 3 feet a day. Now that's a pain, and you don't want to have to haul a hive 3 feet every day. So the next best option is, if you want to move them 100 yards or 100 feet, is to move them at night. And when you get there, take a couple of branches off of a tree and stack them in front of the entrance so that when the bees come out, they go, oh, something looks different here, and they have to fly through the branches, and that causes them to reorient on their location. That causes them to fly around in circles and find out where they are again. You will still have some bees who go back to the original location. And the best thing to do for that is to take a small nuke with a frame of drawn comb in it and put it at the old location. At night, then close that nuke up, carry it back to the original, to the new location, and shake the bees out in front of the hive after dark so they crawl in the entrance. You may have to do that 2 or 3 days in a row so that they eventually learn where their new home is. If you need to move the bees in a long distance, it's best to do it at night or early morning, or else close up the hive at dark. If you pick them up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and move them to a new location, all the bees that are out foraging are going to come home and there's not going to be anything there. You're going to lose all those bees, and they're going to create a problem at the old location if it's near someone's home. They will have no place to go to home, and they will start circling, looking, and they'll be confused and angry. So move them at night, lock them up, move them more than 3 miles at night, and that way you won't leave any bees behind. The other option is to wait for a good cold day in the winter. They're all going to be inside. They're not going to fly out. If it's below 50 degrees, they will fly out, but if you lock them up, there's not going to be any bees flying during the winter. So you can move them 100 yards on a good cold day, and you won't lose any bees, but still put some branches in front of them so the next warm day when they come out, they will reorient it. Moving bees is not fun. It's not easy, and you have to be careful that you don't leave any bees behind. But if you do it correctly, you can move your bees, and within a couple of days, they will reorient to their new location.